guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with a get ready with me. I picked up some makeup in Sweden, in Italy, along with some makeup that has been sent my way, some cool new brands at Shoppers Drug Mart, which is exciting. So I figured I would do a full face of newish, new to me makeup I haven't used in a while. Classic get ready with me. So if you enjoy this style of video, be sure to subscribe, but let's go ahead and get started. So there are so many different kind of like serum, primer, boosting drops going around, and Milani just sent me their new Milani Glow Drops Radiance Boosting Serum. It says it has electrolytes in there, coconut water. So let's put it on the face. First step in your makeup routine. I also at Sephora the other day I didn't pick up. I wanted to pick up Natasha Denona has a new sort of priming serum out. I really tend to enjoy all of these types of products because they're so multi-use. Like you could use it as a primer. A lot of the time you can use it as a liquid highlighter. You can mix it in with foundation. You can use it on your body. I find them just to be really helpful, and everyone that I've tried has been good in a different way. This one definitely has a thicker texture than a lot that I've tried, I will say that. It's not as watery as the other one. It definitely has quite a coconutty smell. Then moving on to my foundation, I picked this up from Sephora the other day. It's the Sephora S Clean Glowing Skin Foundation, so I'll definitely review it. I grabbed it in the shade 23, which looks to be my match. It says it's enriched with matcha tea, vitamin C, to give a radiant finish and light buildable coverage, which sounds really nice. And I was at Sephora the other day. You know, I think we've all had the experience where you walk into Sephora and no one talks to you, right? You get ignored. I had well, maybe you haven't, you tell me I guess, but I had the opposite experience the other day. I went in, I was probably approached by 10 salespeople. Everybody was like, can I get you a basket? Do you need any help? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, whoa, this is new, but I appreciate it. And I didn't have any makeup on either, which sometimes I feel like that can make a difference. I don't know. Anyways, I have one of the Beauty Bakery blending sponges. I will say the texture is a little bit more dense. I was going to recommend actually just picking up the Real Techniques, but I have these because Shoppers Drug Mart sent them to me saying like these are some of the new brands that we're carrying at Shoppers, and you get a carton, which is very cute and recyclable, of 6 of these eggs, and it's $23 Canadian. So it's actually a great deal. So that's kind of exciting. But I am quite tanned right now. I just got back from Italy, and a lot of my foundations that I want to review are a little too light for me. So this one is definitely on the deeper side. So I was so tempted to, I really want to try out my Lisa Eldridge foundation again. I'll link that review down below, but I thought that was such a beautiful foundation. It was just a little too deep for me. This looks very orange on my hand, so keep in mind if you're normally my shade, this may be a little, this is definitely like deep orangey summer post-vacation. This is maybe still more orange than I would want it to be, but the next shade up looked too deep and the next shade down looked too light. But I don't know if in store they didn't have all the shades, which would be a little weird because it's a Sephora collection, but it went like 21, 23, 25, so maybe 22 instead of 23 if that exists. The finish, however, looks beautiful on the skin, and I like the sponge too, so these sponges are a great deal. Apparently that e.l.f. Flawless Filter dupe is back in stock. Sorry I haven't gotten back to you yet, I'm still filming, but I just want to let you know that I picked you up the Halo Glow liquid filter from e.l.f. Okay, so those are $18, that's wild. Remember when e.l.f. was $1 and $3? 18 is a lot. It's too much in my opinion. That is not on brand. But did I buy 2 to review? Yes. Is it cheaper than Charlotte? Of course. Oh, so something that I meant to do, because it's so out of order for me, is do my brows. Because I picked up a lot of these brow lamination products recently, and they pretty much only work if you haven't put foundation on, in my opinion. That's how they work best, so that they don't get into your eyebrows, get clumpy, things move around. So I definitely found that to be the case with this product. It's the Too Faced Fluff and Hold Laminating Brow Wax, and I've been trying to track this down in Toronto for a while. It's always out of stock, but I found it in Sweden. So let me put it on, even though I literally just put on my foundation. But I have on a light amount of foundation and didn't really get it near my eyes. I really don't like doing my makeup this way. I love the look of the brow, but I don't know, I just find it harder to do my makeup. I like being able to like go to town on my face. And I just feel like I have to be like much more careful around my brows when I'm bronzing, all that kind of stuff. Maybe the brows before foundation girlies really won on this one because yeah. There we go. Still checking the hold, but I do like the finish. This showed up right before I left for my trip, so I'm really excited to try it. Charlotte Tilbury Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer. I have it in the shade 310, Smoothing, Healthy Looking Glow Cream Bronzer for face and body. They also have this brush, which is really nice and soft. Normally not exactly something I would use, but I figured I would try it today after I drop it. The texture looks interesting. It doesn't even look like a cream in my opinion. Oh. Oh. Good. Whoopsie. Very pigmented. I can see how this would be good for body. I think it's partially the brush, but it's definitely a very interesting texture, unique to what I've ever used. This is what I mean. This is what I mean with the brows. I mean, it definitely adds some bronze. And like I said, I'm quite tanned right now, so I could even maybe go a shade down. It's on the cooler. It's like interesting because it's very cool toned in the pan. On the face, it's definitely adding lots of warmth and definition. I was super curious to try this out, so I picked it up also at Sephora in Sweden. The Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer in Toasted Almond. Oh, also from e.l.f. I picked up one of their cream eyeshadow sticks and pots. I thought those looked nice. I'm going to blend out my concealer using this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I'm going to try it under my eyes. Let's see. Feels strong. It's actually a nice brush. I've used it for like concealing pimples before, but not really under my eyes and on the rest of my face. e.l.f. makes phenomenal brushes, especially all their foundation brushes. And then Pixie sent me a new one of their On the Glow blushes, I think. This is in the shade Fleur. I have the shade Juicy that I wear all the time and I love it, so I figured I would try this out. Ooh, that's a pretty pink. Really just kind of drawing it on. And then I'm going to take this sponge. What I've said before is I wish they would come out with a cream contour in that shape. It's a great shape for it. Ooh, this blush is beautiful. Not a ton of color on my skin tone. I feel like if you're a little bit lighter, but a beautiful glow. And I'll probably put a powder blush on over just because I don't have a lot of pigment. To set my under eyes, I still really like the Blondie Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder from Huda. You know what? Maybe I'll do it on my chin and my forehead too. I'm kind of into this like really bronzy, sort of like, I don't know, old school, less clean girl makeup. More, I obviously have bronzer on. Look. Then I'm going to take this Gucci powder because I want to keep the luminosity going, and this is like kind of a more natural sort of beauty powder. Really beautiful. Gucci makeup impressed me so much. Their bronzer is definitely my main recommendation. Like, look at my brows. Don't you feel like they've fallen already? This is the bronzer I've been using non-stop. It's the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in Amber Bronze, which ironically, in my opinion, I don't see what amber has to do with this because it's very cool tone and I just love the way it looks on my face. Really one of my favorite makeup products right now, and Dior, like Gucci, I feel like has really beautiful high-end makeup, but this bronzer is doing it for me. It's just the perfect shade, texture, everything. And now I'm going to go back in with Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. It's just, I don't know, my friend Jess does like the e.l.f. Brow Lift and then Brow Setter. So maybe that's what I need to be doing, but would love to hear your thoughts on these laminated brow products, how you use them best, what's best practice. Or am I just messy? Because that is also possible. Okay, time for the eyeballs. I'm going to use the Nars Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. The regular eyeshadow base is one that I have loved for years. It was the first eyeshadow primer that I ever really felt like made a difference. I was buying it, you know, even though it was like quite high end, and I did not have the money for it, but at the time my eyelids were so oily and there was like no point to me wearing eyeshadow. And this really was the best thing out there, so highly recommend it. The tinted one is good too. I like them all. This one is the medium tint. look at this. So I'm going to be using this palette from Uoma. Is that how we say it? It's a black-owned brand. So excited that they're available at Shoppers Drug Mart right now. So really glad. And this is a gorgeous palette of greens. Yeah, I love that. Can I start out with a complaint right away? I do wish they took away one of the greens and added in another matte, just because I'm going to reach for my bronzer to do it. And there's nothing... Oh, gotta sneeze. Excuse me. There's nothing, you know, it's not like a tragedy, but I do like having all my shades in one place, but I don't mind reaching for the bronzer. Just because the other shade is like very warm in there. So I just want to start with something a little more neutral first. So next I'm going to take the shade Lush, is it? Yeah, Lush. Beautiful. Although these greens are all very special and unique, so probably better to have that than a brown. I take back what I said. Let's see, I love these shades of green, but a lot of the time in eyeshadow palettes, they just don't do it. And I'm not one to put down like a white base and work super hard. I'm kind of, it is what it is. So, let's see. Let me know if you've tried anything from this brand. I definitely want to try their foundation and concealer. I've seen great things about that. I've looked at it, I think, before on Beautylish or Beauty Bay and never ordered it, so this might be the time. I think I want to put down some glitter primer. I feel like that will help get the most. I didn't want to wet the shadows. I hate doing that. Wow. Wow, that's something. That is something. Using the shade Mystical. I love green eye looks. I love green sparkly eye looks. I haven't worn makeup in a while. I didn't wear a lot of makeup in Italy. It was too hot. So this, oof, was very exciting. Good to be back, baby. Oh, so sparkly. I know we can all get, you know, so caught up in the makeup industry and it can be a mess and horrible, but makeup is fun. It really is. It's really my creative outlet for someone who doesn't consider themselves particularly creative. Anyways, Lady of Gold, inner corner. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty. It has like a whitey gold reflect. I love that kind of color on my inner corner. It looks so bright. Just testing out the new Essence Lash Princess Liner Black. I love the Lash Princess mascaras. Don't love this as much because it's quite thick at the tip. I mean, obviously the tip is quite pointed, but also it's just like short and stubby. I just don't love the layout of this. Then for mascara, I have the Lash Lift and Define 5D Lash Extra Dimension Mascara from Makeup Revolution. I've never tried one of their mascaras before. This was also sent in that package of new things at Shoppers Drug Mart, which is exciting. We love Canada being included. We love that. Thought I'd zoom you out so you could get the full view. I feel like this is a little spidery looking, so it's not going to be for everybody, and obviously everyone's lashes are different. But this goes on like quite a light coat at first, but then really builds. So I think I like my left lashes more than my right. I feel like left always applies better. It's less clumpy. This is already less spidery than the other lash. But very black, very voluminous. A little clump, but I don't hate it. Then for my blush, still wearing a lot of Pinch Me from MAC. Really obsessed with it. And I've been really liking this Quo Detailed Highlighter for blush. Especially if your blush is super pigmented. Which this one is not, but just gives a nice light. Just gives you lots of control. Then I'm going to spray my face. This is not new. I bought it a while ago, but I haven't really tested it out much. It's the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. Then I picked up this highlighter from Sephora. I thought they might be similar to the Fenty in the sense of like two different textures, which they kind of are. This one has a little bit more glow in it. This one has a little bit more satin. Not as extreme difference between the two as the Fenty. Two different kind of shades. This is in Aurora. I was also looking at maybe Sunset or something like that, which they didn't have in stock. I'm going to try one on each cheek. but they come in a nice amount of shades. Okay, that's pretty. Do the other side. Yeah, definitely more glowy, more pink, but pretty together. The other shade was definitely a little more typical to what I would get, so. Then for my lip, ColourPop BFF3. When I was in Italy, I introduced my friend to this shade. I was like, you gotta try it, and now she's obsessed. She was also just blown away with how creamy ColourPop lip liners are. So obviously I gave her the one I traveled with because I have a million. Don't you worry. She was like, I can't take it. I was like, I have at least 3 at home. It's okay. Then Stila, who I feel like is a brand I haven't heard from in a while, or of. This is the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick, but I think it's like their sheer liquid lipstick and sheer Angelica. Is Angelica a shade that exists in them already? I was never a huge Stila girl. I wonder if I should have gone Sans lip liner. Huh. So here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. Let me know if you'd like to see a review on the Sephora foundation, or if you want to hear more about anything else that I mentioned today. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!